G'day everyone, hope you're well. Alright, something a bit different. This kit is brand new. It's brand new tooled this year. It's only just come out in Australia. It's from Werk. You'd be more familiar probably with the armour. They do a lot of armour. It looks like they're going to venture into aircraft. This one's 1/32 scale and is the Messerschmitt P.1101. So yes, it's paper plane or Luft 46. It was they were building a prototype which was apparently around 80% complete, so it never got to fly. The war ended. I like different things, and although I'm not a weeaboo, I do like the Luft 46 subjects. It's quite fascinating that developments that they were heading towards that long ago. So this one, by the looks of it, you've got 4 schemes in the box, so pretty much you have an actual camouflage scheme. The rest look like they're in with the putty and the panels and things like that. Interestingly, this aircraft was, you could change the angle of the wings, not as in it sweeps while it's flying. You had to do it before it went into flight, which it never did, which we just mentioned, but that's a bit different. Alright, so part out. See, there's quite a lot of sprues going on with it. Sit them there a minute. Sit that there, right there. Alright. So I've got a nice book that presents like a manual. So you got the history of the aircraft there. Your sprue layout. And there is a nose weight that comes with it. We'll look at it shortly. Doesn't feel real heavy though. Alright, so your colour callouts. You've got Tamiya, Mr. Hobby, Vallejo, Adam. Who does Adam? Is it Ammo Mig or AK? I can't remember now. Adam and Life Colour. Good luck if you can airbrush with Life Colour. So good selection there, and they're all covered. So, and it will be a lot of your RLM colours. So starting off with the engine. Nice, huge instruction pictures, so it's quite clear what's going on. Alright, so all your parts coming together. What's that about? Don't know what they're on about there. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Alignment maybe, I don't know. It's not, I can't, till I build it I won't know. Still adding parts to the engine, pipe work going on it, and then they've got another nice image, painted image of what they're calling out for in the colour call out, so that's quite nice as well. Even though being not in production, you can do whatever you like with it. You've got a dolly for the engine. So this particular model, going by what I've seen of it, it's more of a, it's in the workshop. I guess where it was towards the end of World War II, it was 80% built. So right, so here you got which type you're doing. So you got the prototype, and you've got the service version, had it of being into service, Note, configuration of tail, T-tail or conventional, can be decided later. So it looks like we've got options with the tail. You got the wings. And you got control surfaces as well, which is nice. Alright, flaps. So you can have them in the neutral raised position or lowered. So depending which way you want it is which tabs you'll need to cut off. But again, great big images that's clear. So then that's how you're doing it, and then fitting them. And you got the slats on the leading edge surfaces. Alright, so that was V1 wing flaps, V1 wing control surfaces, service wing. So this is back to where we were with prototype, and so you can see the prototype and the wings are a lot smaller than the service version. So I'm guessing this is prototype, and then you're on to the service wings. You've got the Ruhlstahl rockets for it as well. Alright, and nose wheel. So you got the intake bulkhead that goes to, and that'll be part of your nose gear by the looks of it. The outer or skin of the intake will be part of the gear bay, and then you got the cockpit on top of it. You got decal callouts here. I really like how they've laid this out. It's very clear what's going on. You're still doing a cockpit, so you're doing the seat. It's several parts. Fitting the nose weight, so it'll be hidden where it slips in by the looks of it. It's made to fit under the instrument panels and above the other bulkhead. Decal call out, again, nice big large images, what's going on. You've got the two options again, so I guess one's for the prototype, one's for the service aircraft. Alright, skip to fuselage center section, steps on next page for the prototype. You got the guns going together here. Again, really nice big pictures, nice and clear. So when you fit them, I've got an image here of how it should look alignment wise. Alright, so now you're onto the center of the fuselage. Right, wheels. Unfortunately, they are two halves. To see how that works, because it's got that raised detail on there. Tyres, landing gear. And you got the legs and just the clamp part goes on separately. Wheels fitted, and then you got all the other actuators for them going in. Alright, what we got here? That looks a bit vague, even though it's a nice big picture. It's got it pushing up in there, but you can't see where it's slotting into. There should be by the shape of it, there should actually be a recess there, but it's not showing it. But hopefully it's straightforward. These, so you got okay, you got this part sits in here, which is they've got a blow up of it here. So that's that, and the top part. Which should be, hang on, what have I got here? That one. So the top part of it plugs in here. There's a hole there. That red highlight is a blow up of what's going on here. Yeah, so this one will be for that side. This one should be for that side. But hopefully these ones, when you're building that section, it'll become clear where they sit. Not seeing it there. Anyway, it shouldn't be too hard to work out. So you got the cockpit sections meeting the center section. Just a reference, it should be 90 degrees. Color call out, so it's aluminium and RLM 66. We got 8, so we're still on the versions. This in here, what did it say? Skip this step for V1 prototype, right and left. So we're removing some rivets by the looks of it. Right, so fitting the fuselage halves. Careful fitting and trimming may be required. Take your time. They're giving you heads up if there's any bad fit. Hopefully there's not. Alright. I'm not really, some of it's a bit, until you actually build it. They're cutting all that raised detail off there. I'm not sure why. Yeah. And then you had the tail variant, so you got the prototype. It's got your more standard type tail, and then the service version has got the stabilizer on top. Nose gear wheel is 2 halves as well. Right. Hang on. They're confusing me here. You got the 2 tail versions, that's okay. But on the image here, you've just got the standard tails. It hasn't got the stabilizers on the top. So it'd be, see what I mean? It's the same image there, but we got different options here. So a bit of care required because I'm just opening the box up and looking at it. When I build it, I'll be looking a bit further into which way everything's going, which one I'm doing, and how the parts required will be. So prototype, service, gear doors for the service, gun bay doors so you can have them open to show the guns, and you got the armoured glass gun sight going on here, so you're still adding more to the top of the cockpit. And then you got canopy pieces, option open close by the looks of it. Alright, maybe here we'll see some differences. Yes, okay. So prototype. You can see there, that's the, I could modify the angles pre-flight, and by the looks of it they've used ME262 wing panels, or parts of. So this is the prototype. This is more of your, it looks like Type 3 wing. Alright, this fictional example represents an early series production aircraft. So it's, like we said, never flew, but features a Type 3 wing, which is the wing that was planned for production. It features a fixed sweep, complete with wing root fairings. I won't keep boring you to death. So this is the service scheme, and this one has the tail with the stabilizers on top, which was shown earlier. And then we got another one, late production. So fictional example represents a late production combat aircraft, features a Type A wing. So I guess even though the instructions are all nice and clear, but confusion comes into which actual one you're building, because there seems to be several options going on. Alright, let's peel it off a second. That's beautiful, nice and clear. Looks pretty good through the, looking through the curved bits, not too much distortion. Put that back on there, protect it. Let's look at the, it just feels like white metal. It's not, it doesn't feel real heavy. I'm not sure, to be honest, if it that's enough to, I'd be testing it before I buttoned it up, because it doesn't feel like a lot to me. I'm looking at it all that. I suppose most of the detail of the model's up the front too, so it might be right. Oh man, this looks like we got, oh man, stencil data. So you've got, oh no, that's oh, that's weird. Alright, that's one decal. That's one decal. Those ones are one long decal. So be careful doing these really long ones. It might be better to cut them in sections. You got instrument panel decals look nice, but unfortunately they've got decals for the harnesses, which I'm not a fan of, but anyway. Numbers and that look nice, and as usual by law they have to break up the swastika. Otherwise they look alright. I need to come back because I'm fascinated with these decals. Where were they at? Okay, that was the decals there. Oh, okay. Now this is more for your prototype or in the factory. All those markings of system coded stamps to identify aluminium alloys during manufacture. There's a variety of stamps that allow you to add visual interest to any unpainted aluminium surface. So you're really not going to use these if you're doing a camo scheme. It's for when they're building it. It's very different, isn't it? Alright, I'm just going to grab whatever's on top. Okay, set that there. So that looks nice. So you got raised details. So that'll work well with those decals. Yes, decals, not decal. Engine, because the intake's 2 halves. There is ejection pin marks in there. That seems to be standard operating procedure for every manufacturer. Like I said, the wheels are 2 halves, so you got the tread detail that will get sanded away when you're cleaning it up. And down the track, I'm sure there'll be heaps of aftermarket for it, but I don't know if there is yet or not. The guns, by the looks of it, top of the canopy frame, it's got raised rivet details in it. Your side instrument panels got raised details as well, look nice. Parts of the seat, it has raised rivets in it. Oh, looks nice and crisp. Alright, so you're going to have a whole heap of spare parts left when you finish, because depending which wings you do, so you might be able to, those are like kit bashing, whack these on a 1/32 trumpeter ME262 or something, and make up something weird. So I'm guessing these are the, this is the service wings that are larger surface area on them, and that was one of the tails you had with it. That's got, no, that's recessed details. It's all recessed. There's no rivet details on that. So whether they were using, well, if they use ME262 wings, anyway, no rivet details. Other than that, they'll look alright. So this is the other tail option with the control surfaces, the horizontals right up on top. And these were your prototype wings, which had smaller surface area. Again, no rivets. It's very nice, it's nice and smooth, but it should be, I suppose. It's a brand new mould. That'd be one that didn't want to open. Still doesn't want to open. Right. Wheels, so like I said, that's the raised detail, so when you clean it up you're going to lose that detail, which is unfortunate. Hopefully someone does a set of resin wheels for it at some stage. It's raised rivets. You got raised and recessed in there. Your main gear legs look nice and sturdy and solid. You've got the brake line moulded in. Hallelujah. Alright. So you got the Ruhlstahl rockets and the pylons. So you got recessed details, raised details in there. It's very nice. Take a wash well. The rockets are multi-parts. They got the front half, 2 halves, and you got the back end, 2 halves, and then you're going to put all the control surfaces on it, so quite a lot to them. I'm guessing this would be for the engine dolly. What else are they building? 130, unless that's the name of the engine. 132nd HES011. Might be the engine. So all your engine parts. And again, unfortunately, when you glue all them together, you got seam joins that need to be cleaned up, and they'll be hard to get at because of the raised details and that. But then as to how much you see, well, on this one it's up to you, but it looks like if you want the engine off on the dolly, you're going to need to clean that up well. But if you got it in the aircraft and you can have panels off to see the engine, you might have to again clean it up really well, or some of it may not be seen. At least you got lots of options anyway. Alright, fuselage. That's nice. You got raised, recess, details in there. The rivets are raised. We got like a, I don't know if that's meant to be fabric or just oil canning in the metal. It's got an effect in there anyway. It looks nice. You got the covers. Unfortunately, the covers have 3 ejection pin marks on each one, and on that side they're recessed, that side they're raised. Or you can just say that's part of the aircraft. Wow. So this is where they were talking about removing details, but I'm still not. Well, it'll only become clear when you're actually building it, whether it's got something to do with which version of wings. Maybe they don't fit on some version because that gets in the way or what, I don't know until I build it. But there you go. If you got the engine out and the covers open, you got a whole heap of because it's got nice details in there. I'm guessing there's an option that can be seen, but if it is seen, you got a hell of a lot of ejection pin marks. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 just in that rear part. Here, there's heaps here, but I don't think any of that is meant to be seen or will be seen. Same as these ones. If you want these big panels off, which would fit up here, I don't think you would though on that. That's part of the back of the, or part of the cockpit area, I think, but there's heaps in there as well. So when you're putting it together, you might have to check what can and can't be seen as to what you need to take care of. That's recessed rivets in there. That's all recessed, so the only raised are those big ones there. There you go. I like it. Like I said, I like something different. I know a lot of people won't go for this, which is fair enough, each to their own, but I'm always up for something different. Don't be surprised if I start building this shortly. I've been waiting for this since they announced it at the beginning of the year. Alrighty, so there you go. Dust work on 32nd Messerschmitt P.1101. Still photos to follow. Thanks for watching.